Hey, I'm gonna get right into the topic of this video. This video is meant to be about sovereign and sovereignty. I'm gonna read off some notes I have written down just so I'm stay on topic and that I can convey this for you. So the word sovereign, when I look up the meaning, it means superior, ruler, master, lord, highest, supreme, chief. Now, when you first look into these words, there's a big thing that's over it, and it's called ego. And the way I live sovereignty is without the ego. Because when you look at the word superior, master, lord, highest, supreme, there's a lot of chances that your ego can get tied into that. So that's what I want to make sure that it's checked from the very start, is that there's no ego attached to the meaning of sovereignty and how I implement sovereignty for myself and how I promote it for myself into the future as well. And also the word sovereign also is a gold coin with worth 22 shillings. The shillings method is used to measure gold and other precious metals. And it's when you think about the gold coin, the sovereign coin comes out from Britain in the UK. You can look into the worth of it, but it costs a pretty amount for just 1 ounce. It's a 1 ounce of gold. So the aim of sovereignty for me is to take care of these three pillars. The first one's one's health, the second one is one's finances, and the third one is one's spirituality. Now, how I go about obtaining sovereignty in these three pillars, the first one will be health. First, just find out your blood type and go from there. That's what I did. First, found my blood type out, found out what I need to be eating, how much I need to be exercising, what types of foods to avoid, as well as the amount of stress I can manage for my blood type. That's a crazy thing I never thought of, is that depending on your blood type, depends the type of stress, and the type of stress means the type of job or type of career you should pursue. So that's pretty good information once you find out your health on the basic level. The next one I want to focus on is like one's finance. So by finance, when I come to sovereignty, it's living within your means. Do not stretch yourself if you do not have to. So what that means is just if you need to take out an IOU, a loan, or just asking someone for help at the time, if it's not needed in that moment, like an extreme emergency, it's just a want and not a need, give it time. Everything will settle itself in time. Don't be bashful either. If you need to call your credit card company, or you need to call somebody you owe and to let them know, hey, right now I don't have it. Give me some time and I'll get you your money back, or whatever it is. Just do that. People just wanted things to be communicated. Communication rules a nation. Yeah. So spirituality, though, that's my big number one. That's my go-to. That's my field. My expertise is in spirituality. So when it comes to spirituality and sovereignty, focus on making sure you read spiritual texts that draw to you, and that you're not from an outside force or person. Because a lot of times you'll have somebody who's known in society, which they'll be like, hey, read this book and read this and read that, and it never, like, you might read the book and it's just like, oh, nothing. It didn't really do much for me, because it wasn't what you're meant to read. It was for the masses, and the masses isn't what a sovereign is. The sovereign does things at their own tune. That's what a sovereign is supposed to do. So when it comes to your spirituality and the text you read and the stuff you practice, do on your own and do what you feel comfortable with. Don't do things that don't vibe with you. That's the best way you can do a spirituality. That also means like who you associate with. That's a spiritual practice. So like if you can't really associate with people, just an everyday person, you might just want to just seclude yourself into your own household, or wherever your own work, your own work environment. You start creating your own environment where you can thrive in. That's what a sovereign will do. And you want to do all of these three pillars without interfering with without interfering with anyone else's way of life. So what I mean by that is that you don't want to interfere with somebody else's sovereign growth. Like that happens a lot of times, and mostly from family. but also from your peers. When you see someone starting to grow and you want to sort of like, hey, give them some advice, that advice may help apply to you, but it not might apply to them because they might be doing something different than you're thinking. So let them have their own natural growth and process. Don't try to control their sovereignty, because that's when things go crazy on the karma and spiritual realms. Like, just let people have their space and let them grow. All right. Now, also just want to keep a good pro tip with all this sovereignty talk is that being sovereign doesn't mean being a doesn't mean don't tread on me. It means more so allow yourself time to grow, allow others the same time to grow on their own. So if it doesn't fall into the love vibration, it's probably not true sovereignty. It's probably an egotistical attachment, which is very hard to get rid of. I still struggle with it, and I've been working on this for over 2-3 years now. But if it doesn't come out of the pure love, it's probably your ego speaking, your ego wanting to be practice dominance, because that's what the society we live in is, a practice of dominance over somebody. Whereas true sovereignty is working with people, not for them or not for you. It's working with people and obtaining a common goal. That's what sovereignty has revealed to me over time. And true health and healing, that's where it begins, is with love. So lead with love and don't expect anything in return, but just always lead with love, because you'll get more than what you can expect. Thank you and have a blessed day.